Hey neighbors, Kevin here with eTrailer, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install the CURT Trailer Hitch receiver here on our 2023 Kia Sorento. Kia has come out with quite a few different, more stylish and sleek looking crossover vehicles. A lot of these SUVs are getting pretty popular in the market right now, so a lot of people are trying to now transition into outdoor activities. Maybe you're hauling a few things, maybe you have to pack the whole family, but just don't have all the space to put all of your belongings into your vehicle at the same time. That's where the CURT Trailer Hitch receiver is going to come into play, because it's going to allow you to install a cargo box, cargo carrier, or you could haul a smaller trailer behind your vehicle. This trailer hitch is going to have a 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube opening, which is going to be the most popular across all of the accessories out there on the market. When you're looking at that, you do want to pay attention to your capacity of both the hitch and the vehicle itself, because one or the other could be a little bit lower, and whichever the lowest one is what you need to abide by. Now, this hitch has a 4,000 pound towing capacity and a 600 pound tongue weight capacity. And that's honestly a little bit higher than what I was expecting, especially for a Kia Sorento. So that's going to be really great at helping you kind of haul all that excess cargo. Now, along with that though, you might start to notice that your vehicle is starting to sag down, especially when you get closer to that 600 pounds. So that's where you might want to take a look at your rear suspension. On this vehicle, it does have coil springs, so that might be a case where you want to start looking into sumo springs, coil sumo springs. One of the other most important factors with a trailer hitch is going to be your ground clearance, because we don't want our accessories that we just spent all that money on scraping against the ground as we go up and down inclines and declines. So at factory ride height right now, with nothing really sitting in the back here weighing us down, we are sitting at right about 12.5 inches. Now, you do want to keep in mind, as you start adding more weight, this is going to kind of compress down as your suspension compresses, and you're going to lose some of that ground clearance. If ground clearance is going to be an issue for you, maybe you really have that hitch or cargo carrier really loaded up, or maybe that trailer has a lot of tongue weight and is kind of weighing you down, feel free to either reach out to us or just check out some of our help articles. We have a great one that goes over exactly how to figure out what kind of rise or drop ball mount you might need, or if you need some other kind of hitch adapter to help get you to where you need to be. We'll pop in our little pin, and then we'll have our clip to secure our ball mount or accessory in place. Now, this is not included with the trailer hitch. It typically comes with whatever accessory you have. If your accessory doesn't have one, or maybe you lost it, we also sell these here at eTrailer, so you can pick one up. Along with that, we do have actually a pretty nice safety chain loop set here. A lot of the time, they'll kind of give you that really small, just U-shaped, but these are really open, so you could actually easily just hop in with the S-Link safety chain loops, or if you have a Clevis style, maybe you got a little bit bigger of a trailer with the latch on there, that'll also easily pop right into place. Along with our trailer hitch, we also installed a 7-way connector here at the back. This pretty much, in my opinion, is just kind of a standard thing to go along with your trailer hitch, so I highly recommend picking up one as well. That way you can add lights to a cargo carrier, maybe your bike rack has it, because once you get that on here, typically your bike wheels are going to be blocking your tail lights. So to keep yourself safe and let everyone know your intentions on the road, that 7-way wiring is going to be an important factor. To check which wiring kit you're going to need, you're going to want to pop out this panel that you would typically have to pop out anyway just to install the trailer hitch, and look for that factory connector. Now, if you don't have that factory connector, we do also offer a hardwire kit that would splice into your wiring and give you those light signals so that you can send that back to the trailer. If that all seems a little bit too daunting for you, or maybe you just don't have the tools or the time, then check out our dealer locator, which will give you a list of shops in your zip code to help get you installed. So first step in our installation today is going to be removing our spare tire, just to get that out of the way. So we'll need to open up the rear lift gate here. We'll take a flathead screwdriver, and down inside of here we have a little cap we're going to pull out. Undo that, and right there is our spare tire. Take a 13/16 socket and we'll lower that down. So now down under the vehicle, we have a few things we need to do. We're gonna lower our exhaust by dropping our hangers. So we're going to use a pry tool to kind of just pull that right off of the post. We've got one right here. We've got one over here by the cross beam for the rear axle, and then over up here by the back tire here, that's also kind of hidden just behind the wheel well liner. So we'll need to get in there and pry that off. But before we do that, we want to make sure that we're putting some kind of support for our exhaust. So I'm just going to take a cam buckle strap and we'll tighten that up against the pipe here for our exhaust, and I'm just sticking that on the coil springs because it's super easy to pop it right on there and not have it be an issue. I am using an exhaust hanger removal tool, but you might not have this at home. This isn't like a widely purchased item. You don't have to use this though. You can just use a long pry tool as well and pop them right off with no problem. Since we're going to be going into the factory weld nuts, it's good practice to get a brush and just kind of clean them out a little bit, because a lot of the time there'll be overspray or dirt or something in there, and then that'll fight you when you're trying to get the bolts in. Next, we're going to remove this plastic cover right here because our hitch is going to need to get in here and our wiring is going to be hiding back here, which we'll be doing afterwards. There's going to be a couple of push pins to remove and then 2 nuts right here that go up into the framing. So when you're pulling on these, you're also going to need to kind of pry down because these don't want to just come off. They'll just sit there and spin. But we'll go ahead and get the push pins out first, make this a little bit easier. Pry down as we remove this. There's also going to be these 2 little rubber grommets here. We're going to pop those out. There's one on each side, and that's just going to kind of prevent the hitch bracket from actually fitting up if it's still sitting there. So you can use your fingers or just a flathead screwdriver to pop them out. Now with our extra set of hands, we're going to lift our hitch into place. We're going to start with the side with the exhaust, just to pop that up in. And we can secure it with one of our fasteners. And we'll come over on this side and we'll get one in too, and that'll help hold up our hitch while we get the rest of them in place. So we'll have 2 M12 fasteners on the sides, and then we'll have one coming up into the frame from the bottom. And this one's kind of sticking a little bit. Like I said, it's super important if you run that brush through. So I might actually just run a spare bolt that we have just kind of up in and out of there to clean it out so it doesn't tear up the threads on our fastener. Now I'm just going to tighten up all these bolts. We're just going to run them down until they're about hand tight. We don't need to fully torque it yet. We'll do that with our torque wrench. Definitely want a longer extension, at least for this front, or I should say rear bolt on this side with the exhaust. Now we can go ahead and just torque down each of these fasteners to the specifications listed in the manual. Now we would go ahead and put up our trim piece right here, as well as our exhaust. We would want to put that back up on the hangers. Since this car is also going to be getting trailer wiring, and the factory wiring harness is right behind this piece of plastic here on the other side, we're going to leave ours down. But just to give you a little visual of it, they've actually gone ahead and kind of put this indentation here for the hitch, so that way it sits a little bit lower so that you can still have it in there, and they even put a cutout for the bolt. On some previous models of other Kias and Hyundais that I've seen, they don't usually put that, and you're usually tossing this or having to cut out so that way you can actually have the hitch fit. So it's pretty nice that they actually went ahead and fixed that so that you can actually have this back on there, and then you're not kicking all that mud and debris all over your wire harness back here. With our spare tire reinstalled, that'll do it for today's installation of the CURT Trailer Hitch receiver here on our 2023 Kia Sorento. My name's Kevin, and if this video didn't help you, please feel free to reach out with either an expert question, a comment, or a phone call, and we'd be happy to help you out. Well, I think that about does it for today's install and look at the CURT Trailer Hitch receiver here on our 2023 Kia Sorento. My name's Kevin. Thanks for watching.